Greatness is everywhere. It's with her. With him. And it can be with you. It's just a matter of embracing the moment. Making the right decisions. Living a life of peace. Taking a shot at it. Growing with it. And enjoying the connection. Dare to live a life of convenience via My Old Mutual, a digital platform where you can bank, insure, and invest easily via the channel of your choice. Old Mutual is a registered financial services provider in Zimbabwe. Old Mutual. Do great things every day.
A very good day to you. Welcome to Use Blitz. I'm Samantha Rosare. Let's take a look at our top stories. High cannabis fees choke farmers. Man caught raping orphaned minor. Lawyers give dirty Harare 24 hours ultimatum. And in sport, City Defense worries Mangwiro. And now for the news in greater detail. Players in the hemp and cannabis sectors say high fees and the crippling regulatory framework are inhibiting progress in the sector. In 2018, 57 Zimbabwean companies were awarded licenses to grow cannabis, but only 12 are currently active. Each license costs 40,000 United States dollars. Our players say the law, which was imported from Canada, must be revisited.
So we need to produce industrial hemp at the same scale that we produce maize. So even the $200 for industrial hemp is too much. Even if you made it $10, I think it would be enough.
There are hemp plants which grow 3 meters tall, and those you can smoke the whole plantation and you never get high. If you ask anyone who smokes cannabis in this room or anywhere else, they will tell you that 1% is nothing if you want to smoke. Where is the fear? Is it based on science? If the science should lead, yes, we are happy to lead with the science, but they should also lead with the science.
Dr. Rabin Masuka from the Zimbabwe Development Agency admitted that the law needs to be corrected.
There's a misamendment. You will see that our legal act that we're using is an extraction from the Canadian Act. For those who so there are certain things that are in the Act that we believe are not supposed to be there. There are certain things that have been left out. I was just looking at my good friend here. If you look at section 64 for example, it can be abused. So when you are looking at the law, there are certain things that are in the law that we have to work on.
The players also took aim at the Medicines and Control Authority of Zimbabwe.
If it's a pharmaceutical business, you only make money if you 20% of your revenue coming from the local market. I don't know, MCAS, do you import medicines that are not registered in their country of origin? No. So how are we able to sell products from Zimbabwe if they're not registered in our own country?
We think the legislators and regulators are flying in their own fate because they are not promoting research. There is too much regulation. The MCAs and things, what they call clinical trials are the answer to everything. Why would you need clinical trials for even Zumbani? That has been used all these years. That's why we wouldn't even find it something for COVID, isn't it? Why would you ask for clinical trials for stealing? Why would
A representative from MCAS, Pamela Kadare, trying to respond to some of the questions.
Us as regulators, I think Dr. Mareka has already highlighted that for regulations to change, we need to lobby for them. You need to do the research, and then you put it up with the government. Then once it's approved, for us, this SI allows us to change, to amend the regulations. So once it has been approved, we are here to amend the regulations and guidelines.
Moving on, the Reserve Bank of Zimbabwe will soon introduce a new $100 banknote, according to a statutory instrument gazetted today. Commenting on the development, Central Bank Governor John Mangudya allayed fears that the note would add to the already growing inflationary pressures arising from the Russia and Ukraine crisis.
Supply. I think this is just the increase the money in the usage of money for cash is not an increase in money supply. It does not increase the money supply. Because we are only taking what is yours. So if you're a company with money in your account, you can either use cash, other TGS, or card, right? So we are given an alternative of taking your money. And then you say that we're now increasing the money supply.
Mangudya also noted that the recent move to allow the trade of foreign currency below 1,000 United States dollars on a willing buyer, willing seller basis would ease pressure on the auction system.
We need banks to be able to mobilize foreign currency from the market and sell the same to their customers without coming to the auction system. So it's basically a second window. Which is not the auction system. So for the auction system, with the willing buyer, willing seller, a window for the small transaction value.
Our political parties in Zimbabwe are calling for peace ahead of Zimbabwe's 2023 harmonized elections. The Political Actors Dialogue, POLAD, a grouping of more than 18 political entities, is in Zimbabwe's second largest city, Bulawayo, where it is conducting peace workshops in collaboration with the National Peace and Reconciliation Commission. The workshop facilitates a dialogue among key stakeholders, with peace being a common denominator. Chairperson for the POLAD Committee on National Healing and National Building, Lucia Matibenga, spoke to Seti and Sebo Kabo.
They just ended by-elections, generally went on well, but we still have a lot of polarization, toxicity around how individuals and individual organizations relate to one another, particularly on social media and as the people put out their ideas to the electorate. It's still quite toxic. It's still quite polarized. It's still quite full of hurt and hate. And we think that a lot of improvement has to be done.
Chairperson of the NPRC, Justice Selonare, echoed the same sentiments, calling on political players to actively take part in promoting peace before, during and after elections.
The political parties must take an active part as regards peace. It's disturbing that each time there are elections, somehow peace is disturbed and people don't get peacefully. And I think the political parties play a very important role as regards peace. They must talk peace to their clients, talk peace to the people that they talk to, and that is very, very necessary.
Newly sworn-in members of parliament who officially started their term of office on Tuesday say they are ready to begin work on service delivery. Thus, legislators will only serve a few months in office until next year's general election. Setian News spoke to some of the new MPs. Zalera Makari, Epworth MP, speaks.
Look, I'm looking forward to being in the August House to pass motions that have to do a lot with drug abuse. As you know, Epworth has been scourged, like any other place in the country, with issues of drug abuse. So I really want to make sure that Vanavedu are safeguarded and those that have succumbed to drug abuse actually rehabilitated and brought back into mainstream society.
Phumula MP Siqelesile Mahlangu speaks.
I'm happy seeing at least today there are about 4 female who were sworn in parliament by-election. To me, it's something that most of our mama out there, they should see what we're getting there. Come 2023, plenty plus women will be sworn in, not in a PR, but in first past the post, because we now want 50-50.
Mutasa South MP Mishek Mugadza also speaks.
Tine mitemo yakawanda yatichiri kuda kuti tirambe tichiimprove. For example, nyaya dzema-child marriages, even ma-divorce chaiwo, pane zvakawanda zvichiri kugununwa nevanhu. And this is the opportunity I've had now after 32 years, practicing law for 32 years. Now I'm happy I'm into parliament and I'm going to give a good contribution.
A group of human rights lawyers in Zimbabwe have given Harare City Council 24 hours to collect refuse or face prosecution. Zimbabwe Lawyers for Human Rights Project lawyer Paidamoyo Saurombe told ZTN that the local authority is mandated by the Urban Councils Act to ensure that citizens live in a clean environment.
When you look at specifically the Urban Councils Act in Zimbabwe, it provides that City Council has got the responsibility to collect litter, and because they collect waste from residents and they actually tasked with that specific mandate to collect rubbish and to make sure that the environment is clean. So what we have done, we've realized that litter is not being collected in Harare. So we have written to Harare City Council and given them an ultimatum that they should collect litter, or else we'll have no option but to approach the courts and have the courts specifically mandate them or specifically force them to actually collect this litter that is going uncollected in so many places.
Acting Harare Mayor Councillor Stuart Musarurwa said the local authority has already started clearing illegal dump sites dotted around the city.
Where we are trying to clear all the illegal dumps, we have started with the Montago Bay, 3rd Street. Now we have finished the 5th Avenue, and we want to make sure all the CBD is clean. And going forward, we are encouraging our residents to open their sanitary lanes so that our trucks will be able to come in and also collect from their doorsteps. The other problem that is happening here is the residents are bringing the trash from as far as their homes to this site.
It is 3 weeks before resumption of Zimbabwe's 2022 national census. The country's third enumeration exercise since independence will run from the 21st to the 30th of April. In preparation, the National Statistical Agency, ZimStat, has commenced awareness roadshows across the country's 10 provinces to equip the public with requisite knowledge and enlighten them on expectations. Our correspondent Sepo Kabo spoke to ZimStat Public Relations Manager Messi Chidemo in Bulawayo.
We are educating the people about what a census is and what they should expect when enumerators come to their households. The response so far is good, and we are also giving them information that material to do with the census, that is our pamphlets and also flyers. So we hope that everyone will have the information, and we expect everyone to be counted.
Zimbabwe is holding a population and housing census.
Census night is on the 20th of April, and the counting dates are from the 21st to the 30th of April 2022.
Everybody make sure to be counted. Wonkumuntu sibalwe emajele mame esibedlela elos nemaroja and the homeless too. Heads of our souls, be it male or female. So yeah, takano veremwa josungisa kunyepera bezimstat.
Avoid scams. Zimstat will never ask for your identification number, your bank account, money, or donations.
Information collected is private and confidential.
This message is brought to you by Zimstat. Be sure to be counted.
A 37-year-old man was on Monday evening caught pants down raping a 13-year-old orphan girl inside his vehicle. Police officers on patrol in Harare's Milton Park suburb pounced on the suspect after they were drawn to his vehicle by the girl's screams. The suspect had allegedly offered to assist the girl to find her way to a local orphanage after she lost her way from Epworth, a settlement in southeastern Harare. Harare Provincial Police spokesperson Inspector Lakmocha Kanza told ZTN that the suspect is expected to appear in court soon.
I can confirm that we've got a case of rape that occurred in Belvedere area. We had our police officers who were on patrol from Milton Park. They noticed that vehicle parked in a dark area in Belvedere. Then they approached the vehicle. While they were some few meters away from that vehicle, they heard some screaming coming from that vehicle. They approached the vehicle. Fortunately, they found the accused raping the accused. They were in action. They opened the door and arrested the accused person.
A Zimpax ranger, a ZRP constable, and an ex-member of the police appeared in court on Thursday, facing charges of unlawful possession of 8 pieces of unmarked raw ivory. The ivory weighs 30 kilograms. The trio was arrested at Kamfinsa Shopping Center on Monday following a tip-off. Detectives from the Criminal Investigation Department's Minerals, Flora and Fauna Unit were tipped that Simbiso Kakomo, Shepherd Musiniwa and Ernest Kabanda were in possession of elephant tusks and were looking for potential buyers. The detectives posed as potential buyers and met the trio, who were charging $50 per kilogram. Upon agreement, Kakomo bought out the ivory pieces to show the clients, leading to their arrest. The trio was remanded in custody to the 20th of April. In entertainment news, the hip-hop star Asaph, who was recently signed up by Def Jam Records, is ready to unleash a new single. The single, titled Tebelele, features South African star Low Key. Highly influenced by the nostalgic Kwaito sounds, the track will blend well with both artists' fans. Asaph spoke to ZTN.
Yo, what up? It's your boy Asaph, the big Mhofu, right in the city of Kings. Yo, man. I'm so excited that today I'm sharing my first single, Ntebelele, featuring Low-Key. For those who don't know, this is my first single under the label. I recently signed with Def Jam Africa. So, man, it's going to be an interesting journey from this point forward, bro. ASAP season is here. So please be on the lookout for more collaborations, more videos, performances, man, and just really taking the game to another level, man. Really appreciate the love and support coming from everybody that's had my back since day one, man. More vibes to come, bro. Stay safe, everybody.
Now, police in Kibuku District, Uganda, are hunting for a 28-year-old man who allegedly killed his neighbor's son for reportedly stealing peas from his garden. 6-year-old Sula Goso, a primary pupil, died on Tuesday after he was allegedly beaten by the suspect, who is said to be on the run. A 25-year-old man from Congo, identified as Muyiwa, is set to walk down the aisle with his Nigerian 85-year-old lover, Teresa. Against all odds, Teresa and Muyiwa have decided to take their relationship to a new level, despite disapproval from the woman's kids and the man's friend. Teresa, who has 8 children and 20 grandkids, happens to be the landlady of the apartment where Muyiwa and his friend resides. Our 30-year-old male still getting his teeth brushed twice a day by someone else may seem a little odd, but if you are a 2-ton hippo, then one can dare to argue. A Chinese zookeeper, Jia Hongwei, has recently shared a clip of his daily routine, which includes brushing the teeth of the giant baby under his care, a 30-year-old hippo named Bobo.
比较享受的，一般是吃完饭是在户外，像我们在户外刷牙，因为太阳天气比较好，他就很享受的样子，一般都是闭着眼睛啊，把嘴巴张大这样的。但是有时候他没吃饱呀，或者是心情不太好的时候，还是比较抗拒。
And now for our sports news. Harare City coach Harare Mangwiro has challenged his defense to tighten up ahead of their clash with 10X on Friday at the National Sports Stadium. City are coming from a 2-1 loss to ZPC Kariba, and Mangwiro reckons his defense should pull up.
We are in our second day of training. We are left with one more session tomorrow. Injury free, just a long-term casualty in Tinashe Mrea, and we have been focusing mainly on the team in defending, where we have leaked goals. We wouldn't say we have done very well in terms of conversion, but our Achilles tendon remains the defending, where we have leaked in goals out of the 7 games that I have been in charge.
Now remember, you can watch this live match on Friday on ZTN. Now moving on to local cricket, the Zimbabwe cricket women's team is to tour Namibia for a tri-series, also featuring Uganda, and will be named after 4 regional games this week. 2 teams, namely Northerns and Southerns, will face off in Harare on April 7 and 8. Top performers from these matches will remain in camp ahead of Zimbabwe's departure to Namibia next week. Now, the Los Angeles Lakers have missed out on a place in the NBA playoffs after suffering a 7th straight defeat and losing the Phoenix Suns. The Lakers, who were missing the injured LeBron James, were beaten 121-110 by the Western Conference leaders. It is just the 4th time in James' 19-year career that he has failed to make the NBA postseason. That's all we have for you on News Blitz today. Thank you for watching.